The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
To a very excellent edition, a very special edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host. And I forgot, one day away, and you forget what to do. That's what I got to say, is it took me a whole day to forget everything that I knew, but I can make it up.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
So what do we have going on today? Off 86 on the S&P cash. Dow's off 756. NASDAQ's down 283, and the Russell's off 50. Now, in the previous times that we've been down somewhere around 750 to 800, we've found significant lows off that election eve night and into the morning. Some other things. When we look at the volume, you know, we should have some fairly staggering, huge volume. It's big, but not blowout. 5.2 billion shares so far with 2 hours left in the trading day. So volume is good, but not run and hide, build a bomb shelter good. Dollar index is at $97.42. And, of course, everybody's running from the big, bad boogeyman, the trade issues. But I have to say that I am unplussed and looking for very good buys when this washout is over. And it may be quicker than you think. Fund buying money really hasn't come in yet. Look for it kind of at the end of the day or tomorrow morning when they need to have that cash in. My guess is now at this price, they'll wait kind of till the very end of the day to start sticking some of that money in. What else do we have going on today? Of course, based on headline news, some of the worst affected stocks today are in the video game industry. We'll touch on that. And that's about it. But everything we have looks like some kind of super blowout, thin traded August lows. And a lot of stocks that I never thought I could get in and had left the station are coming back to the station. So I'm looking at stocks that I would like to buy. And we'll look at that. Of course, we'll look at some of these bigger ones. Let's get a little history under our belt for the day. And then we'll move on to charts.
And it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
And on this day, let me get these in array. In 1962, movie actress Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her home in Los Angeles. She was discovered laying nude on her bed, face down, with a telephone in one hand. Empty bottle of pills, as prescribed to her, treat depression, were littered around the room. After a brief investigation, Los Angeles police concluded that her death was caused by a self-administered overdose of sedative drugs, and the mode of death is probably suicide. And, of course, you got to wonder, because she ran around with some bad boys, the president, and, of course, a mob boss. And you never know which one side may have tried to help her on her way. At least all the conspiracy theories say that. But on this day in 1962, that was about it. You got to wonder. Let's go back to Mr. Charts. First one I want to look at out here today is Apple. Again, kind of interesting that the market continues to react, even though a great deal of Apple's business has already moved out of China. I just don't believe anybody that really ever thought that they were ever going to make that much money in there, or that it actually, was an issue for them. But down pretty hard. 193.05 is the low a day today. And of course, once you break these 3x3s, that's where the real damage comes in. But we can see we've had some fairly decent moves down. I'm suspecting that we're within 24 hours of a major bounce in the markets. Let's take another quick look. XLE. I've got 3 minutes here left. Some of these are just coming back down to previous lows. You needed 22 million shares in the XLE to go back to the May 31st low at $58.77. Not quite there. Well, actually, you were 27 cents to the downside of that low. You got 16 million shares. So it looks like you're going to be down there fairly close to that 58.77 low. And what else did we have out here? One of the ones that I did want to look at, we'll look at more of these on the rest of the show, is Electronic Arts. Of course, them getting the blame for violent first-person shooter games. Down, not that bad. 86.24 is the low out here. And I like these headline-driven, narrative style declines in the market, because generally they offer you a great buying price once everybody is scared out and had the bejesus scared out of them. The TLT continues to rise. 138.56 on the, let me hit the button there. 138.56 is the last one. It's up 1.5%. You really didn't have, you kind of got a sign of strength as you got to the high. The last 2 days, though, there hasn't been that much. This may be one of the more interesting trades coming up across the next couple of days if all this evaporates. What else did I want to look at here? Microsoft, MSFT. Again, a lot of these stocks were weak at the highs to begin with, so I'm not surprised that they do have some downside. 131.86 on Microsoft. This takes you back to the kind of the left-hand part of the chart around June 10th through June 17th. We're into that level right now. And volume really not that amazing, 22 million shares. We'll see what the rest of the day has in store for us. Though other stocks off highs like Adobe. Come on, Mr. Adobe. ADBE, right? I guess I have to spell it right. ADBE. Oh, now we're going to the break. 291 was support. We went gapped through that today. Got about 2 million shares. Needed to gap through with about 10 million shares. So take a look at that one. Put in that in your pipe and smoke it. We'll be back in a minute.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Yeah, had to take a break. We'll get back to it here. Just taking a look at a few things real quickly. Okay, back in the saddle here. 2848. Let's update this just to make sure. 2846.90 on the S&P cash. That's off 85. Dow's down 755. Nasdaq's down 284. Postal's off 50. And everybody's running. Not sure what from. The boogeyman, but you never know. Got a request to look at the IBB. I've kept a fairly close eye on this, mostly because it's been on the brown list of the stock market for a while. Didn't really participate that much over the last couple of years. And, of course, the piñata of the political elite trending set. Down fairly good today, but volume, again, not all that exciting. Maybe you get a test of 99.84 on light volume. You got, what, about 1.7 million shares. There's only a 2 million share low down there at 99.84. But this is going to be one of these sectors that is so washed out when it becomes, when it unbecomes a political football. It should have a very nice ride to it. But no real sign so far yet. Give me a call at 877-927-6648, and we'll keep an eye on everything else here. And, of course, I got to keep one eye on everything and another eye on the show. Okay, let's go through and look at some of these that I was looking at earlier in the day. ABBV, which is a bevy. I'm going to say a bevy. Testing its 90 million share blowout of June 25th at $65.06. Friday with 9.6 million shares. Today, 7.3 million shares. As long as it holds 65.06, a bullish setup and washout on that stock. AEO, American Eagle Outfitters, looking at some of these retail stocks that get a lot of their clothes from China and that kind of stuff, down. But again, it was 3 days ago that you had the huge volume. Today's volume, not all that exciting. What else did I want to look at? ATVI, which is Activision Blizzard, as we talked about, Electronic Arts and some of these other ones getting hammered on making first-person shooters. Down, but again, all that volume, 6.5 million shares, probably not enough when normally you want 12, 15 million shares in this stock to set something up. The thing that I would point out is the huge 45 million share low at $39.85, and that goes to the February 11th low that has never been tested. I think, especially if you can get that low in fairly quick before fall starts up and they start announcing new games. These guys have a license to print money that hasn't been around for many years in the software development community. And I don't know. I tell you what, I think 39.85 on light volume may be the deal of the century on Activision Blizzard this fall. AVY, which is Avery Dennison, was watching how this broke through its last July 12th low at 111.25. Friday, you had a little bit of volume, not much. Today, you're down a little on light volume, 267,000 shares. Of course, the company that makes labels and that kind of stuff. Bed Bath & Below continues unabated to lower prices and probably well worth it. But you may be getting a little hammer out here today on Bed Bath & Below. So keep an eye on that one. Bristol Myers Squibb, almost no movement on this stock today, which I thought was fairly interesting. Of course, it already came out of a big downtrend, but just kind of going sideways out here. Not a lot. Box, the cloud services company, breaking its low, and that is an 18.7 million share low on June 4th, $15.30. You're down to $14.66. And as I said, pretty interesting move here in that you've got about what, 1/18 of the volume, 1/16 the volume so far. Maybe we'll get a little bit more. Any close back above $15.30 looks to me like one of the biggest washouts that we have in any of these stocks. Let's see what the CBOE is doing today. I guess all advertising is good, and you spiked to 119.40 today, which I thought was kind of interesting. It's kind of back in here, but not much volume. One of the few stocks that actually went higher that didn't, something like gold or some other thing. CRTO, which is a big ad company in Europe, almost no action today. Now maybe tomorrow we'll see a little bit more of that. What else did I want to look at back out here? DOCU, breaking its previous 21 million share low with 3.7 million shares so far today. Not a bad looking chart. You need a little bit of a signal out here, but not a bad looking chart. And of course, I like the long-term view of the company. This may just be kind of the one chance that you have to get into it if you can buy it right and wait for it to close back above $48.68 to confirm this is a false breakdown. Some of the worst hit companies today have been, or in the last couple of days, have been in the cybersecurity space. FireEye gapped back down to $13, which is kind of where they were after the bell and earnings when they did gap down last week. They're down today, but not much in the way of volume, 2.5 million shares. The ETF for this sector is HACK, H-A-C-K, coming fairly close to its June 3rd low at $36.84 with 614,000 shares. Almost no volume in this ETF today at 236,000 shares. And what else do we have? FLR, which is Fluor Corporation. It blew up. Nothing to see. Move along. GoDaddy, a huge gap down, blowing out the previous 1.7 million share low today with 2.7 million shares. This has got some support back at about $58 to $56. It looks like you're well on the way down there. And this one's always been kind of feast or famine on what's going on, but I don't know what happened today. I'll look at it during the break for news. We'll be back in a minute.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks!
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Day 435, America held hostage. It's just been one day, though. 93 points lower on the S&P cash. That goes to 2838. Dow's down 843. Nasdaq's off 303, and the Russell's off 50. And we always knew we had a brittle market because of the light volumes. So we're getting all that froth taken off, giving an opportunity to buy stocks at much better levels. So we'll see how the end of the day comes in. As I said, I think we're within 1 day of seeing a major turnaround. We'll see how that works. What else do we have? Let's go ahead and look at some other stocks. Coro. Okay. No, anything else? Just Haynes. It's Haynes Celestial. Hain. No, nothing in that one. Halliburton. Breaking below. Breaking bad. Down Friday on 14 million shares compared to a 12.7 million share July 18th low. Today down on 8.5 million, so you may actually be able to get that. But again, oil services stocks under fire, as everything is. Let's take a look at Altria Group. Sin stocks normally do the best. You're testing the June 28th low at $47.31. That had 20 million shares with 12 million shares a couple of days ago. That was back on 31st. Today, though, down on 3.8 million shares, so very light. What else do we have? Wendy's. Also breaking previous lows. This May 29th, $18.11 low with 3.3 million shares. Already 2.8 million shares. Don't know about that. I know they had a lot of stores closed in the last quarter as they updated them. I don't know if it's the money or the closures that people are looking at in that. Zag, another one kind of down to $5.44 today. The accessory company for smartphones. Some decent volume, but this thing could get back above $6.24 or to $6.30, and any kind of light volume back in the trading range would be pretty nice for a move back up to $7.90. To question about looking at Amazon. A gap down, that $1,672 low, $1,672 low, June 3rd, sets up with 9.1 million shares. Today you're at about 3.8 million shares, but you're already into that candle, pretty large candle, but again, on very light volume. And let's take a look at other things here. We looked at Apple, looked at Amazon, we looked at Microsoft in FLX. FLX, he said. You gap down today. The volume's not all that exciting, though. You're really into the previous downturn from earnings. Those days had about 16, 17 million shares in Netflix, and today you got about 6.3 million shares. So if you're looking for a low to start coming up, it does look fairly interesting with a close probably back above about 308. Puts you right back into the trading range, so you want to keep an eye on that. A ton of shorts have piled on in that one, so you can see a fairly big move quickly. Let's take a look at AMAT. Applied Materials down to $45. This is kind of a first step. Pretty good support comes in at about $43. Let's take a look at Micron real quick. Micron back to the gap up of the 10th of July, 51 million shares. You got about 23 million shares right now, so fairly light volume in all consideration. And what else do we have? Take a quick look at Intel. Intel actually had some fairly decent news on Friday after the bell over the weekend. Doesn't seem to have done it much good because I think a lot of people weren't paying attention. This goes back to the gap up on June 18th that had 25 million shares. You got about 21 million shares. Again, I'm not going to be real hot on this company until the CEO changes, but you never know. Let's take a look at AMD. Out here now, it's breaking the previous low, and it's got the volume. 55 million shares is what you're looking for at 28.67. You're down to 27.68, and you got 53. So you're going to have the volume. As we talked about this going into earnings, They've become wildly competitive in price, but that's going to bring margins down. Wall Street kind of likes the fact that these guys are aggressive, but not the fact that its margins are going to rapidly shrink going forward. And see, what else do we have out here? Okay, a few more emails. We'll take a quick look at that. Hang on just a second. I think I've got a list. Maybe. I do not. I thought I had a list of all the video game companies, but I do not. Let's take another look at Electronic Arts. So you got a fairly decent gap down, but again, not much in the way of volume. And I imagine this will all be forgotten about a week from now, and not much is actually going to happen for video game companies. There's a lot of free speech issues out here. PLYA testing a let's call it 1.5 million share low back on June 26. Today with 300,000 shares so far. I didn't have a chance to look earlier. I saw the chart, but I didn't really get a chance to look real hard at what these guys did. See what it is. Playa Hotels and Resorts. Yes, I did. Develops all-inclusive resorts and prime beachfront locations in various vacation destinations in Mexico and the Caribbean. Company operates under 8 brand names. Who knows? Playa Hotels and Resorts. And pretty nice volume down there. Of course, I guess it's Dominican Republic. It's got problems already. Everybody goes down there. Seems 1 or 2 people seem to die a week. I don't know if that's stopped, but you've got that. Of course, Mexico, 40,000 people murdered this year so far in Mexico. Ooh. Okay. LL, Lumber Liquidators. We were talking about this since most of the company, or most of the goods it gets are from China. You actually went up on Friday, and you just got kind of a sideways move today. So one of the more interesting stocks out here. Maybe this is getting close to finally getting washed out. Lumber Liquidators. Keep an eye on them. We'll be We'll be back in a minute.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
On Semiconductor had earnings out before the bell. Not a lot going on. Of course, like all of them, doesn't look very good. This is coming back into the $17.31 low of May 28th, though. 7 million shares. You already have 13.6 million shares, so pretty decent. I think a high probability you test at least the $17.31. Let's see what else is out here in the news. See if anything else. Ballard Power. Always interesting to watch stocks that are up on a bad day. BLDP. Oh, this isn't. I guess it was up earlier. Makes sense. Yeah, light volume. Did test the previous high on about the same volume, though. See if there's anything else out of here that I missed. There's the news. Sealed Air up 7%. That was, this is, no wonder. This is from Friday. Come on, update it. We need Monday's news. Come on. Why is this stuck? There we go. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I'm just looking through here and see if there's anything. Boise Cascade. I can type right. Boise. BCC is the symbol on that one. Yeah, it is up. And you got previous highs at about 500,000 shares to 600,000 shares. You already spiked it today with 500,000 shares at $29. Energy's about the same as it was on the last leg up, so not a lot happening there. Go back to a couple of other ones out here and see if there's anything else. Okay. Got a question to look at IBM out here today and see if there's anything going on. And, well, apparently there is. Down, not a lot of volume, though. Back to 139, which is this last gap up from July 1st. About 3.4 million shares. You got plenty of volume on the way back down. Of course, these are the ones you want to look at. Question on the SMHs. What are your thoughts on the SMHs? Would short now? But no, I wouldn't short now. Sold spread at 50% profit would have to held on. Let's take a quick look at these again. I think they're probably pretty close, like I said, within 24 hours of a major low, if not sooner. We may even get that turnaround before the end of the day. But you get this much too quick, and most of the time it's the three bears, too light, just right, or too hot. Generally, when you get into too hot, it doesn't last that long. Everybody gets run out fairly quickly. So I don't, when you look at the semiconductors, you're right back here to the gap up that started most of the big move on June 26th. And you're down. Energy is about the same as the way up as it was on the way down. The real volume was 2 days ago on the 1st. We kind of spiked to move around. Volume not all that exciting so far, but you want to watch the end of the day. I'd be more looking to buy the SMHs somewhere around here than be short them. Okay. I got grammar. Okay. Take a look at a few other things. Okay. To see if there's anything else I should bring back up or we're watching. After this show, by the way, we've got yet another double shot of Larry Pesavento. So you want to make sure and hang on for that. Okay. Just looking through a bunch of stuff that doesn't seem to matter that much. We'll go back to some of this other stuff. Quick look at Macy's and the retail space. Keep those cards and letters coming. path@tfnn.com. Okay. And take a quick look at this. Testing its previous 14.4 million share low with a 11.6 million share low. So not much going on there. And I got a question to look at yen, YINN, which is the bull 3X of China. Pretty much doing what we thought our market is doing. Huge gap down on percentage basis. This is, where's it at? Yeah, 12%. Of course, it is a 3X. So figure 4% down for them, and we're kind of looking at that same kind of target. You actually gapped through or jumped the gap going back a long time in this. On the 4th of January, 2019, this gapped up with 3 million shares. That gap has been around since the beginning of the year. You now basically jumped the creek or broke through ice, depending on how you like to phrase it, down through that, and of course back down to the lows. Question, what do I think about China's issue? They've got bank problems out the wazoo in China. Everybody thinks that we're going to end up with the short, dirty end of the stick. Man, everything that we look at makes it look like China is a house of cards. The question is, can we just hold on for a few more days and continue to apply pressure? Because I think eventually it's going to be problematic for all of them. Let's see what else is out here that I wanted to look at. TZA, yeah, it's up 10%. Take a quick look at that for Joe. We got no volume, but TZA certainly is up. I mean, I guess you got the split that hadn't been reflected in that. Let's go back here and look at the split adjusted version of this. So we got, hey, back up to that gap. You've got 3.7 million shares compared to 3.4 million shares. So you could get it. $56.75 is the June 3rd high. I would not be surprised to see you've got, that you could take a chance at that. That gap, though, pretty good, too, 3.3 million shares. We're probably at least going to pause at this level over the next couple of days. And of course, options expiration really just started now. Wednesday, Delta April 16th expiration. We'll be back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Just a quick look. Off 97 on the S&P cash. That's 98. Nice move in there, 3.34%. Again, China kind of benchmark at 4%. We're off about 3.25%. So, yeah, good move. Anyway, TZA is the one that's up. Let's take a look and see what we've got coming up for earnings after the bell tonight and see if there's anything else we want to take a look at. Again, already hammered because of its effect on games is Take-Two Interactive. Earnings after the bell at 4:05, already hammered down a good $5-6. I think they'd have to really disappoint. This one may be one of the bigger turnarounds if they have a good month. Another one coming out after the bell is Shake Shack. That's, actually I have to spell it correctly, S-H-A-K. We'll look at that. Down a little bit. I don't know how this is going to be affected by China at all, but kind of down with the general market. Marriott International, Caesars Entertainment, that stock, not the company, I think, is kind of a sham. Avis Rent-A-Cars, take a quick look at that one pre-earnings. It's been kind of coming off the previous high. Tested the May 3rd high, $37.27 with 3 million shares. Got into it with just 800,000 shares, 866,000 shares. That one looked fairly weak going in. All of this already down. Again, Clack after the bell, a handful of others too. Just keep an eye on these. Going to be a few more days before we get any other big market earnings. But sell when you can, not when you have to. We'll see you here tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time.